Well, let's keep it moving here now with the New York Post own Kelly Jane Torrance. Kelly Jane Torrance, thank you so much for coming on the U.S. Report tonight. So much to talk about this week here. I played a bit of Joe Biden welcoming Donald Trump back to the White House at the start of the program, and I think that the phrase Trump meeting grin is going to have to enter the lexicon. Am I reading too much into this, or do you reckon there's a little bit of Joe Biden that's sneakily happy that Kamala got taken to the cleaners?
James, that's genius. Trump eating grin. I love it. I've never seen Joe Biden look so happy, except for his speech right after the election, after Kamala lost by quite a lot. No, Joe and Jill even, they're looking so happy. They're smiling with Trump. It's quite a thing to see. I mean, this is, maybe Kamala Harris did what Joe Biden couldn't do and brought America together. Happy that she didn't win. And don't forget, James, when Jill voted, and she voted in person on Election Day, she wore a red pantsuit. That has to be sending some kind of message.
Yeah, and I know you're wearing a red top there as well, so maybe you're sending us, our viewers, a little bit of a message as well there. I don't know, but also I note that in an exclusive interview with your paper, the New York Post, Donald Trump said that he congratulated Biden for his campaign, spoke about their different views on Ukraine, and said, quote, "We talked very much about the Middle East. I wanted to know his views on where we are and what he thinks, and he gave them to me. He was very gracious." This really does seem like, this whole sort of combative thing. And, what happened to Biden calling Trump a fascist and Trump calling Biden all sorts of things, the things that he reportedly wanted to call him? It seems like they're getting along pretty well now.
Yeah, when I heard that, James, that was the same thing that came to mind. I mean, Donald Trump is sitting with the guy who called him a fascist, who called his supporters garbage. Everyone thought, Trump's just going to be a grumpy guy, upset. And look at that. These pictures of Trump and Jill and Joe together. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Absolutely right. Just so beautiful, as Trump would say. I want to move on, though, because we still have to talk a bit more about the Kamala Harris campaign and all the things that went wrong there. And I thought this was absolutely fascinating in the Financial Times this week, where it was revealed that Kamala Harris decided not to do the podcast interview with Joe Rogan for fear of progressive backlash, particularly among the young staffers on her campaign. I'm sorry, but you're running for president and you can't stand up to your staffers? How is this even possible? It seems like the United States and the world dodged a real bullet here, of a president who couldn't stand up to her staffers, much less to, Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping.
Exactly, James. I had the same thought. I mean, this is a position where you want that person getting the 3 a.m. call to be smart, to be tough, and when they're facing world leaders, to stand up for American interests. And she can't even stand up to the woke Gen Zers on her staff. Progressive backlash. I mean, it's not like people are going to see Kamala Harris on Joe Rogan and decide, oh, I can't vote for her now. I'm voting for Trump or I'm staying home. Come on. And Kamala really did need to reach out. Trump did very well, especially with Gen Z young men. I have a reporter in Arizona, one of my swing state reporters at the Post, working on a piece on why. These were the people she needed to reach, and she just decided not to. I think she was probably scared because 3 hours with Joe Rogan, she's eventually going to have to answer a question. It's really just we're going to be hearing a lot of blame game on what went wrong with Kamala Harris's campaign. But the ultimate problem that was wrong with her campaign was the candidate herself.